Hey, 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 everybody. Michelle is here. It's still Monday. I decided to take a break from some stuff I was doing, and I was just kind of looking, kind of surfing around and listening, and just picking up what I'm just trying to see what I'm picking up from people, from listening to conversations, and what I'm sensing and blah blah blah. And it always seems to come back to love. It really does. It always seems to come back to love. And you know it's understandable. It's understandable, right? It's understandable. uh and so I just want to give you my theories and opinions, and for entertainment purposes only, right? Okay, good. um well, and most people are talking about love of some being with someone, love of being with someone, and I mean, I'm telling you, it's usually the people that have it all. Really, they have everything they need, career, the money, the uh, and a lot of the mistake a lot of people made is, I'm not sure if it's a mistake, but if you didn't know who you were, if you didn't know who you are, what you are, and why you are before all of this came to you, say good fortune, a lot of attention, a lot of followers, a lot of people just kind of interested in you somewhat, or so it appears. You can be vulnerable, and you can misread intentions or have misunderstandings, and you can get yourself all wrapped up in a lot of bullshit. Because of the fact that there's a lot of narcissistic, psychopath cowards out there that know how to navigate into that. That's why so many people that are in the limelight like that go through so many people. And that, I mean, and look, a lot of people need to stop being so judgmental about that. So what? As long as you're not bringing children in the world, because that's when it becomes a problem. When you have a lot of, bring children in the world, and then, you got all these fathers, fucking with you as well, and bothering you and disrupting your flow, because they will, always, especially when you got, young kids and stuff like that. So that's where the mistakes are made, when you do get involved with someone, and then you immediately start having children, whether you are same sex or heterosexual. And that used to disappoint me so much about the I'll call it alternative, same sex, whatever. Those acronyms, which I always mix them up because they are irrelevant to me. I don't know why we just can't make things simple, in our speeching or in our speech. If you want to say she, he, or she, whatever you want to say. The mistake is that immediately, you get married and then they're having children, whether it's surrogate, whether it's, each other, or having, one or the other decides to have a baby. And then, and how many people, let's admit that usually don't turn out well at all. Okay. And that's why I get really, really not so concerned, because it's not affecting me, but I get really concerned when people get on, when they start talking about how wonderful their relationships are publicly. Ooh. All right. And you're in the public eye, because as soon as a sociopath, psychopath hears that, they're gonna immediately try to do everything in their power and sabotage that. Okay. Because that's what people like to do. Like I said, you can be with somebody for 20, 30 years. All it takes is some sociopath, psychopath, narcissistic coward to come in, and they just intentionally break that up. Or they'll intentionally keep sending messages to your husband or your wife or your partner on social media, sending provocative pictures or news and this and that and the other. Now, look, I'm going to be real honest. I love watching beautiful bodies and beautiful people, but that's all it is. That's entertainment to me. That's entertainment to me. I don't go around, I'm a one person. If I commit myself to one person, that's it. That's it. In my uh dating life, I've not cheated on anybody. Have they cheated on me? I don't know. I didn't care if they did or not. Honestly, to be real honest with you, Um, so that's why you just have to be real careful about announcing that stuff out loud. When you are in the public eye or stuff like that. Just keep it quiet. Really, I mean, people can know that you're in love, and and you need to be able to know that you know um, where you end and they begin. You still are separate people, even though you can come together as a unity or a union or however you want to, you know. But the thing is the mistake is you immediately start having children together. I don't know why do we do that though? Especially the alternative lifestyle. What is that about? You know, so because if you see the thing that bothers me is if you're trying to be like somebody else, but all because that group's doing it, does that mean you need to do it? Okay, if they got 10 dogs and cats, does that mean you need to have 10 dogs and cats? I just never understood that. And that used to disappoint me so much because I said, well, where's the unity? Where's the power? And so when you start to fight for something, or if you're going to be fighting for the fact that you are gay, lesbian, trans, or intersex, or binary, what makes you different than the heterosexuals? So of course they're going to be pushing back against you because I mean they're going to push back. They're going to push back because they don't see a distinction, and I think there ought to be, just like there's a difference between man and woman, right? Why can't they, so I was just really, so that really upset me. Not upset me, but it just disappointed me that we were having all these, that, all of a sudden, all these children were coming into that alternative lifestyle. And then all the chaos, okay, being a first responder, all the chaos involved with that, you know, and not so much, I don't know. I mean, I remember I was talking to one of my other friends that we were talking about because they used to be they used to be able to, they were in a oh god, I just don't want to be telling so much. Well, they were investigating stuff involving, say, domestic violence. All right, let's just say that. And I mean, yeah, it was the same. It was like, what's the difference in the group of people? Now, do you want to be the same? Or do you want to be able to be whoever the hell you want to be, regardless, and be treated equally? Okay, because I don't want to be the same as, I mean, I want to be my own individual self and be equal. That's like saying black people want to be white, okay, or white people want to be black, or, okay, that's not it at all. And I know that's not it at all for black people. We don't want to be white. We just want equality. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we want equality. We don't even want to be considered different in that we are, below anybody. Nobody's below us. I mean, we're not below anyone, and we are not above anyone either. We should be treated equally. So bringing children in, it just create it just And I remember I used to be riding through communities and just like, and see all this drama going on with these children and these animals and how people are carrying on, and I'm thinking, my goodness. So so you need to. I mean, that's something that everyone needs to work on. I mean, even though, like I said, the damage has been done. Okay, with overpopulation, and it's going to affect descendants because there's a lot of little ones running around. Okay, and and there were some that decided to have children late in life. Fine, but then what's going to happen to your little child when you get to an age where they're still in high school? Is anybody thinking about those kind of things? And I can tell people are not. I can tell. It's all cause and effect. And then have all this drama, and then I'm just gonna be real honest. I'm not gonna put up with a whole lot of drama of exes. People dealing with their exes and their children from the exes, and with all this psychopath, sociopath, narcissistic stuff. Unless I know this person is clearly done with this person. But if you have children, you're not really clearly done, because that's you both of your responsibility, because you both decided to bring the child into the world. You understand? So that's why there's so much chaos and confusion and destruction in interpersonal relationships. We have all of this, and people just call it baggage. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but these children have to be taken care of. Okay, and it's better to have two, if a two household. But if you have one, black women have done it for decades. But then on top of everything else, you know, on top of everything else that you have to be responsible for and accountable for. Okay, I thought I heard someone arguing or something. Yeah, so that's something that has to be really addressed. Like I said, the damage has been done, but this is for the young people that are, quote unquote, identify differently sexually than just what they call heterosexual. You're gonna have to be really, really clear on the effects of bringing children when hopefully you are not even thinking about that, but you are a young binary. You call yourself binary or transgender, lesbian, gay, or whatever you call yourself. And I'm talking young people in their 18 years. Well, let's go with the college age and below. You know, um, please consider thinking things a little bit, thinking things through, and being grounded in reality. Why in the world? Because it's expensive to have children. Nobody tells you that. It's extremely expensive. So keep that in mind. You just graduated from college. You see someone that you decide that you guys want to get together and possibly get married. Fine, but why turn around and have children right away? Think about all of that, and think about what that's going to do to your finances. Think about what that's going to do to your relationship, even with an animal too. I've seen people just go absolutely crazy over their pets towards their ex lover. All this carrying on, chaos, and just it's just like, ugh. And then you have the nerve to say when you get all that going on, then you have the nerve to try to bring somebody else into that, so that other person can take your side of the situation, going against your ex. People do that shit a lot. They'll get involved with someone that they can probably can care less about, but they just need someone to be in their corner, so as they're going against their ex, and you're bringing your ex bringing your new relationship into all of that with your ex, when you should have that all resolved before you move into another relationship with someone. You should not be pouring that shit on somebody else. And I don't usually deal with it. I remember one time had met someone somewhere, and um, she was saying to me how that she didn't want to be with this person. I heard all the contradictions, but I just played with it. I didn't care. I just let that child talk, because I knew she wasn't over that woman. I could pick up contradictions right away, and I didn't care. I just wanted to hang out, really. Um, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see a future with her anyway. I just wanted somebody. I was just hanging out, having a good time, no strings attached. And then, she's telling me all this stuff that, she's trying to get rid of this woman. She won't leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I shouldn't be involved in that, though. And that's where I don't like. Okay, you deal with it. You handle that. But why do I need to be involved with it? Why you bring that to me? And so I can remember And one day, she came to me again, we hanging out, having a good time, and she's talking about this girl to me. And I finally had to tell her, I just had to cut that off. And she got so pissed with me. She got pissed. I cut that shit off because I didn't want to hear it. Why am I listening to you talking about this damn ex girl you're trying to get rid of? So we got to be really, I want to have an effective conversation that kind of separates all of that, because that's your issue to handle. I don't think you should be bringing anybody into that kind of stuff. And like I said in the other videos, this is not about human beings. It's about the mystery of the universe, the mystery of life, and not all that damn drama about your exes and your children and your animals. I don't want to deal with it, and I won't. Okay. And then you have these people that have all that going on. They're the first ones to be claiming that, okay, there's no love. I can't find the love of my life. I can't find, who wants to deal with that? Honestly, who wants to deal with you and 5 children and dogs and cats? Who wants to deal with that? I don't, and I won't. It's not that I don't love children, but I made the decision not to bring them into the world. When I was younger, everybody has what do you call it, delusions, or have plans and goals and think that that's what they wanted. Because I thought I wanted a big family, children around me, but oh no, absolutely not. I do not. It's not that I don't love children, but I have enough nieces and nephews that I'm good. I don't want to be involved with that. Because think about what's happening with the education. Think about all of that happening. We got people wanting to ban books. You got to deal with that part of it. You got to deal with the child care. You got to deal with the health care. You got to deal with their future, because you're responsible for that. Making things certain for them so that they can have a goddamn future. And then you're trying to love somebody, another human being. I'm not dealing with that at all. I was going to say something about this earlier, but I'm good. I'm fantastic, magnificent, and wonderful. And I enjoy my alone time, and I enjoy my solitude. Yes, I would love to be in an intimate, sexual, interpersonal relationship. Absolutely, like everybody else. But I'm not going to take on anybody's drama, though, with their exes. Not at all. You're going to have that all resolved and over with. And like I said, to bring somebody else into that I think it's disrespectful. I think it's dangerous too, because I've known many a times where a new person comes into this and they end up getting hurt or killed over these people, over this person's exes. It happens all the time in the heterosexual world, where these women have an ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, and they end up meeting somebody else, and the ex is all upset and end up killing the new person. God, or hurting or injuring them. Get that shit in order. Okay, because it's immature to me to not be able to handle that. Now, if you're being threatened and you're dealing with a psychopath, sociopath, narcissistic, coward, because they're cowards to me, because they like to torture people and terrorize people, and it's usually people that they know that they can defeat physically. They know that they can hurt this person physically. But yeah, I'm not dealing with it, because I want to live, and there's a lot of things that's just coming to light to me too, as I think about things and contemplate, so what I'm going to do, once I decide where I want to move, to me it's about fun. I'm ready to have some fun. I'm ready to, enjoy the finer things in life, just like everybody else is doing. Now, would I like to have somebody with me? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've already made that very clear, right? I think I've been very clear and effective about my intentions and what I want and need. But at the same time, I don't need all that other drama with people and their children, people and their exes, people and their Some people have issues with their family too. I've known people that have had that type of issue. So my point is, this is my point. Stop talking about how wonderful your relationship is publicly, and just let it be. Let don't be bringing that many. Don't be bringing people into that. Nobody needs to be into all of that about your intimacy. No one needs to be involved in that except you and your partner. Okay, um, or your husband, wife, or whatever you call yourselves. You don't need to be bringing people all into that. I mean, people will be able to see and feel and hear how wonderful your relationship is without you having to say a word. If they're paying attention, they can pick up the energy and know that these people love each other, and that's all we need to know. And there are plenty of examples of that out there already. You know, they support their partner, they stand by their partner, they protect them, they love them, encourage them, all of that. And that could be done silently too. You don't have to announce that to the world that that's what you're doing. Okay, because yeah, because like I said, all it takes is, because everybody's watching. You have, like, I remember these when I was working in banking, and I knew this really beautiful, beautiful woman, and I remember she was talking with somebody else. As a matter of fact, they both were beautiful women. These were two women talking, and their whole goal in life was always to go after married men. That was their whole goal and intention, is to go after married men. And I thought, wow, wow, why would somebody stoop that low? And one of them was killed too. She got hit by a drunk driver. Now, is that cause and effect? I don't know what that is. But I'm saying you do reap what you've sown. Why would you want to go in and sabotage a marriage? Why would you intentionally want to go in and sabotage a marriage? And so, yeah, I was just like shocked. I'm like, as beautiful as she is, why would she want to do that? But I just let people be. I really do. Because I know the cause and effect. I know you reap what you've sown. No such thing as coincidences. So, again, I understand. I understand what people are looking for. They want to align with somebody that is the yin and the yang of their relationship, or their connection. But you're not going to get there if you don't know who, what, and what. If you don't know who you are, why you are, and all those facets of yourself, of self knowledge. And if you got all this stuff going on, like I said, it's disrespectful for you to be trying to bring somebody into that, and when you can't even control it yourself. And these people, and your exes is jealous and calling you at inappropriate times. And then when you have kids, it makes it even worse, because especially if they're young. Okay, they want to come and drop the child off at the inconvenience time, and you have to, and both of you are responsible for that child or children or animals. you know so I just think some of and so I just think you need to get that stuff in order first, and be and get that in order. There's no one gonna be coming up in my damn house talking shit to me like that. I've resolved all of that. Nobody's gonna be interfering with nothing I have going on. Okay, I will not allow it, and I made sure of that before I even would even put myself out there to say that I'm available or whatever I'm saying. I would not do that to anyone. Um, and you need to let people know that you're dealing with a sociopath, psychopath, narcissistic, and let this person decide. Okay, wait a second here. How much are you managing this, or have you called the police? Have you documented things? You have to take responsibility for that. And then if they're, I'm not dating anyone with children, young toddlers. I'm not dating anyone with that, or even when I say date, be in a relationship. I don't know what the terms are, but I'm not involving myself in that at all. I'm sorry. Um, like I said, I love children, but I know that they require more than just Materialism, they require a whole lot of attention. Okay, a whole lot of attention. And if you are attempting to have a relationship with someone, that person, if you're not married to that person is going to want a lot of your attention too. And how are you going to balance all of that? It's difficult. It's difficult. And then if you have a different father from all of these children, then you got to have to deal with that. I mean, it takes a lot. And that affects the psyche and the consciousness. It really does. It really affects that tremendously. And, all the best intentions in the world is going to, make you unavailable to that new person. And that new person is going to recognize that. And before you know it, they're gone. Because I'm not going to put up with it either. Not at all. I don't need to. I don't need to put up with that. If I made the right decisions in my life not to have children or not to have drama with, other people I've been involved with, that's what I expect from the next person that's going to come into my life. I'm not dealing with it. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear. I wanted to say something about that before, but and these are my theories and opinions, and you can take it or leave it or swipe and move on. Swipe your goddamn phone and move. But I know from experience how much of an interference that is when you're dealing with someone's exes and their children and animals. And then you say, well, and then these people say, well, yeah, I mean, I love them, and not many people are gonna put up with that, and most people, if they're honest, that ain't nobody gonna put up with that for a long time. If you're not dealing with it, if you're putting efforts in it to deal with it, that's one thing. Okay, but again, I'm not dealing with anyone with children, not at all. Okay, and I can deal with certain people with their exes as long as I know they are putting in the effort to sever that and make it where both parties are is amicable, and there's no fear of I'm walking around minding my own motherfucking business and this person tries to come up on me and try to handle me, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna allow that either. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. I mean, and I think everybody needs to have this kind of serious conversation with themselves, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it with myself, but sharing this. This is my process, okay? And that's why I have peace. And in my life is where I want it to be, and it gets better every day. So I want to send peace and love to everyone. I hope this has been informational for you. But if not, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Peace and love.